better. Till finally the disease is, all the symptoms are gone and the disease is gone, and you know, and you get a negative medical test and you have no symptoms, and that's what we do. You know, we just keep pounding on it until it's gone. And we have to keep all along the way recognizing what we've cured. That keeps us going.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. For example, when I was cycling the other day on my bicycle, I was thinking to myself, you know, people with fibromyalgia don't cycle. They don't cycle. So, and I actually thought, oh, well, what if my doctor saw me on the bike?
Okay, and this is a movie about curing fibromyalgia. And Barb, well, the first thing I want you to do is check Emma, go through Emma's bodies for pathologies.
Okay. Emma, do you have any pathologies in any of your bodies?
And Emma, sit back and hold your hand up so that we can see it on the screen, okay?
Well, I should say hi. I've never really met you before. So
oh, really?
I know. Hello.
Yeah, this is nice. Heard your voice.
Happy
nice
to be here.
Likewise. Whereabouts in England are you? Where are you in the UK?
In Leeds. In the north.
Leeds. Nice. Okay. So let's do a little testing and clearing.
I thought you knew each other. I'm sorry.
No, we never met. This is a treat.
Yes.
Yeah, I have some good friends over. I hope they see this movie.
I don't tend to get. Yeah. My fingers don't really move. I get signals in my body, like my lip will shiver, or my eye will close. Or
oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I have a friend here that gets it through his lips. He gets it through his mouth.
My eye just like shakes.
Wow. That's cool. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
But my whole body just randomly signals.
I can tell you're very high.
We'll see.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, you just trust yourself. I'll watch and we will learn. So we'll test generally. Do you have any pathologies in any of your bodies?
Yeah.
Yes. Do we need to know which ones you have? Let's see. Pathologies. Okay, do you have any? Which one?
Viruses.
Virus. You have virus? Okay, let's just go down each body and see where you have virus and we'll remove it, okay? Do you have virus in your astral body? So the question you ask is, do I have any virus in my astral body?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. So remove it by saying I'm removing virus from my astral body. All virus from my astral body. You can get a signal. Because you know that, yep. Okay. You got that?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, good. You notice any change in yourself?
Yeah. Like being awake.
Great. Okay. Do you have any virus in your gravitational body?
Yes.
Yes. So remove it. I'm removing virus from my gravitational body. One little microbe in these entire bodies can mess things up for you.
Can ruin your whole day.
It really can. People forget. I'm starting to think more about the listening.
Often, well, pretty much all the time when I do these tests,
yes,
I remove viruses and other things in the pathologies list. And when I go back to check if it's still there, it's always still there.
I've been here.
Are they on these?
No, I've been.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's not just me.
No, it's not just me. It's not just you. It's when when you're first starting this, it's going to be jumping around and sort of hiding and trying to move about, and it'll switch, it'll go from one place to the next. That was true when I first started removing herpes. And it'll come back and you'll remove it again. And pretty soon it stays away. So do you do accelerators? Do you remember to do accelerators now and then? I'll do one with you today.
Where you notice what's different, I do.
Okay. You're so cute. Okay, so here we go. Did you remove that from your gravitational body? You're so cute. What did you come into Cure originally? But can I ask you what you came into Cure originally? Because I never...
It's a movie about curing fibromyalgia. She's curing fibromyalgia. She's gotten to a certain distance with it.
Nice.
And we're trying to completely cure it. And I was hoping maybe we'd make a quantum leap forward today.
Well, we can. All right. I've had that similar thing. Okay.
And the thing is that I never really had a formal diagnosis.
You used to have a lot of symptoms?
The doctors were quite vague. So and the blood tests haven't shown anything, you know, it's just been, everyone's looking like there's nothing wrong with you. And I was partially paralysed 9 months ago, so there was a lot wrong with me, but it was, there's people have been saying like fatigue, people have been saying carpal tunnel syndrome, there's sciatica, there's all sorts. One period of time, lots of things happen.
I bet you they didn't ask you if you had a virus in your astral body, did they? Okay, so let's carry on. Okay, so let's do something different. Do you have any virus in your... Did you remove virus from your gravitational body? Is your gravitational body free of virus? No. Okay, let's... do we have to remove it to from some other bodies before we get to the gravitational body?
You're supposed to test that.
Okay, you got the yes on that? That happened to me. Sometimes I had to get all the other bodies free in order to loosen up the gravitation. Okay, so do you have it in your spiral body? Yes, you got to like really be diligent. So do you have virus in your spiral body? Okay, pull it out. Remove the virus from your spiral body. It's gone? You notice the change in yourself? Are you still in the conflict? You still what?
Back and check it's stuff
in the gravitational or in this in the
spiral body.
Alright, let's take it out again. Okay.
Derived viruses in my spiral body. Yes. Do I still have viruses in my spiral body?
And you remove it right now. Ask if you can remove it now.
Yes.
Yeah, yes? Is there anything you need to know or remove or install in order to kill the virus in your gravitational body? I mean, in your spiral body?
I got it, yes, but I don't know what.
Okay.
The only thing that came up is the word caring. I don't know
Caring.
what it means.
Caring? Caring.
Care.
Like caring. Okay. I got something like that too. I just got there's something else that you need to. So let's go with this. So caring. So something that you need to care about or someone else needs to care about. How about you? How's your relationship with God?
Ooh. I've been really comfortable with the word, even that, for a long time.
So reconnect with God right now. If you have to care or forgive or do something in your relationship with God.
Apparently I need to forgive God. I got a signal on that.
Are you angry about something with God, or what's going on?
Wait, yes.
Yeah. So I think, well,
And something just fell down in my kitchen.
that happens. Watch out, it has the pictures fall off the wall one day. Okay. All right, so.
Yeah, something just fell off the wall.
I know, that happened to me when I was in England, actually. We were doing this, and it was, the picture fell right off the wall. Okay, so
So I've got a yes on I agree with something.
Okay, so are you friends with God again? Are you reconnected? Yeah, just like create a new relationship with, you know, your Creator right now. Like just reconnect. Be in a give and take relationship, and do whatever that takes. Remove and install the right stuff so you can have that safety web. Okay? Because you look, yeah. Okay, so you're all right. Okay, so now let's just talk to God and see what we can do for ourselves. So test if any of your answers are coming from God, by the way. Are any of your signals coming from God?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you have virus in your mental body?
Yeah.
Okay. Remove the virus from your mental body. Ask. I am removing. And when your finger moves, God or whatever's moving your finger will be telling you that you're doing that. Remove the virus from your mental body.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to ask, have I cured something since I started doing this?
Yep.
Okay, do you have any idea what it is?
I got resistance to accepting that God is.
God's guidance. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just got another signal. I saw your shoulders go. That was a big signal.
I just got really, really cold, yeah.
Now, are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling quite differently.
Have I cured anything else since I started?
Yeah, I asked the question, have I cured fibromyalgia? And I got a yes.
Okay.
However, I do still feel, pain and stuff in my body, but I got a signal on it.
Yeah, it's possible that your pain may take some time to go away, maybe a few minutes. That's what you should be watching yourself over the next half an hour or so to see if your pain's reduced.
Yeah, there is a lot of movement in my body right now. I'm quite used to, because I do so much healing, I'm really used to the healing reactions, like a muscle deflates or something tingles, and I've got a lot of muscle spasming in my body right now.
Okay.
Like a lot of muscle pressures.
I want you to ask, are some of my pains due to scarring?
Yeah.
So see, actually, you might cure the disease that you have and still have symptoms that have been associated with the disease, and they're not being caused by the disease at all. And also, you may have cured fibromyalgia and still have it. It's possible to have cured some aspect of it and have some other aspect of it, right? I mean, fibromyalgia is a huge thing. So, who knows?
Yeah, there's lots of factors.
But one thing I think that's important is when you're doing this, is to not just keep going on and on, like working on things without realizing that you've cured something, and then you can go back to working. See what I mean? Barb, what do you get? You're getting a signal there.
I'm getting a signal, and I'm also test if in the last 5 minutes you've become a bigger person.
Yes.
So that was a very important thing to test.
More space than fibromyalgia.
I just have this visualization.
Oh God.
You're awesome. Yeah, give yourself some credit. Like, just spread out. You're here. You're supposed to be here.
Emma, the idea of this, as I'm sure you already know, is to just keep doing this and feel better and better. Till finally the disease is, all the symptoms are gone and the disease is gone, and you get a negative medical test and you have no symptoms, and that's what we do. We just keep pounding on it until it's gone. And we have to keep all along the way recognizing what we've cured. That keeps us going.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. For example, when I was cycling the other day on my bicycle, I was thinking to myself, people with fibromyalgia don't cycle. They can't cycle. And I actually thought, well, what if my doctor saw me on the bike?
It's always fun to amaze your doctors.
And actually, how could somebody...
Well, you see, where she is, Greg, in the UK...
And for many people, they would say you can be able to be so positive and laugh.
Yeah, right. Like, where you are in the UK, your doctor isn't amazed. Your doctor just kicks you out of treatment if he thinks you don't have the disease, because... the state is paying for the treatment, so they don't want to treat anybody who's like cycling around for fibromyalgia, So that's you gotta watch that.
They probably just assumed that I got bored and that I was lying in the first place. That's what they think a lot of the time about chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia.
That's right.
Like, I actually went in an ambulance to the hospital when I was partially paralyzed, and they kicked me out on my own. And I said, this is incredible.
Well, they also don't really know what the disease is, so they're labeling it as things. And so, see, look how you're curing things without knowing what the label is.
Yeah.
And after you've cured something, say, I have knowledge about what it was. It's gone, so I can see what it was.
Maybe we just have a little microbe in our higher bodies, They don't have a name for that yet.
Right. Well, what I'd like to do now, actually, is I'm going to pass this to Greg. And I want you to do an accelerator with Emma on what she's already done. And that's going to be it for today, okay? But before you do that, Emma, I wanted to say that if you can make it, I will call you tomorrow at around 8 in the morning my time, or 1 your time. Will you be around then? Emma, I'm talking to.
At 1 o'clock your time tomorrow?
So, I will be free until 2 o'clock tomorrow, my time.
You'll be free until 2. So if I...
Yeah, 1 till 2 I can be free. I've got to leave at 2 o'clock.
Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm going to try to call you at maybe a quarter of. I'll try to call you at quarter 1. We'll be done by 1:30 your time, which is 8:30 in the morning my time.
Okay, so 12:45 my time.
So 12:45 quarter to 1 your time. I'll call you as early as I can.
Okay.
and then we can be on the good computer and get it and have a good picture. Okay, because it'll just be you and me.
Okay.
So it's going to just be a one-on-one thing. So then we can have a good picture, and we'll do more work with whatever we work on. And okay, Greg, take the accelerator away, and let's go to the next height of cure.
Okay.
And
Take it away, Greg.
Barb, please feel free to chime in if you want. You're great.
I will. I'm liking it. This is fun.
You're amazing.
Okay, Emma, first of all, let's to be quiet and test. Are you in the clear, calm place?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, what's the difference? And you're going to get a difference as a signal that you've cured something. What's gone now?
What's gone is, I guess, seriousness, because I'm wanting to giggle a lot.
Good. So you're comparing your old
Yes,
and new responses. Good.
What else has gone? What else has gone is busy head. All morning I've been like multitasking and going doing lots of things at once, really, really fast. I think there's some things going on because I've been crazy, like so fast, so brilliant this morning, and now I just feel very in the moment and present.
Nice.
Good. Anything else that's disappeared?
Well, the warmth in my body disappeared because I'm quite cold, like the energy's clearing. That's what insurance is.
Good. Anything else?
I think whatever issues I had with the word God has gone.
Good.
I signal with that.
Anything else?
Any just little, the voices that float through your head, just that interrupt your presence, whatever is nagging about what she said, what he said, whatever, they're not there. I'm just, very aware of what is going on right now, and only that. It's like I've got one stream of thought instead of two. I often have two or three at the same time.
Great. Congratulations.
Good. Anything else?
Well, I guess before, when I came on the call, I was in a pretty good mood. I was pretty energized as well, so I was feeling pretty good.
So are you different now?
Physically, I can't tell yet, because there's so much weird stuff happening in my body, as usual. It's like
So new things are happening.
My body's vibrating.
Oh, go ahead. New things are happening in your body, you're saying.
It's just, there's always weird stuff going on in my body with this condition. If it's not something aching all the way up here, and tightness and heaviness here, and spasms here.
Say the opposite. Say something different. So.
Exactly. I still have some of that. It's just my body at the moment is vibrating a lot inside.
Okay. So,
Which happens a lot
Can
when
you
I
hear
feel
me okay?
something.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I get yes, and I can relate that you have always something going. See if you can say that in a way that is curative, like rather than saying
As a restrictive thing, something that takes you forward.
Going on in my body, like as if it's like you've it's a big judgment you put on yourself, like you're moving things through your body, or you can feel the fibromyalgia symptoms leaving. Whatever's true for you. I'm not putting the words. If saying this or looking at this, that's more expansive and that will free you.
Feel
relief, you know, whatever.
I can feel energy clearing through my body.
There you go.
Old energy.
Yeah.
I can feel old energy clearing through my body.
Ooh. Okay.
And that gave me even more of a cold feeling.
See? Yeah. Do things that feel good. Say things that feel good. Say things that.
Releasing through my body.
That's good. Do you feel connected to the, positive forces of the universe right now? Test if you're connected to the positive forces of the universe.
Yes, I feel connected to the positive powers of the universe.
Good. All right.
I like that. It was, for some reason, it makes me think of having a picture of Supergirl flying across it.
Test if you are Supergirl. Yeah. We used to do this class and we called it Nexus, and it was about being, like centered in being the connecting point, and I realize now that like this is important in curing, like to recognize that things are going through you all the time, and that you're, that's learning to allow that and, retain what's yours and let go of what's not useful is just a skill. It's a human skill. Okay?
Something that I always recognized and wanted more of was, particularly when I lived in Italy, I often found there was a particular kind of sense of humor that I really loved, and it was a way of being really silly. And the Brits are known for being the opposite.
I know, I was saying
all Brits are like that, but they are known for being the opposite. And I always wanted to let go of that part of me, just because I would say I felt like I was not able to be silly or play around with words or anything. But all of a sudden I've got kind of like silly imagery coming into my head which makes me giggle.
Right, I know.
And that's the kind of stuff that I want through my day, so that I can kind of lighten myself up.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily need to be listening to something funny or something funny.
Yeah, that's
so do you have that now?
Yes, it's humour.
Good. That's good. It's good.
Yeah, I feel more humorous.
Good. Anything else new that's available to you that you didn't have before?
Okay.
I guess it's even a higher level of positivity. Which I do commend myself on, because for what I've been through, I've been getting myself to a really positive place recently. But I feel in an even more positive place. I keep discovering new levels of it. I feel more happy.
Did you say more happy?
Feel more happy?
Yeah. And I feel more excited because I'm doing more IMMUNICS now and I'm more connected to people again.
Yay.
Are you able to test about these symptoms that you're feeling in your body? Are you more able to cure those? Cure what's at the root there?
Yeah, you've got that. Yeah. And the word virus just came up. It's viruses, that's what comes up all the time.
So you're more able to work on your own.
Well, I do work with removing the pathologies, they just don't ever go. Or like once in a blue moon they go. So I will continue.
Can you install a reflex to just be clearing excess virus all day long, clearing virus all day long? Just you can even do it in your sleep. I do it in my sleep. You do it while you're riding your bicycle.
How half and half, yeah. I started to do it more when I'm cycling and cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, just notice that you're free of virus and keep it that way. Okay?
Is there another new behavior?
I suppose I've got to believe that I'm still full of virus.
What's that if you have to believe anything? Is that true?
I don't know. It's something that happens with a lot of things where I have this need for more all the time, more assurance, more completion.
Right. Test if that's one of your fibromyalgia symptoms. Is that a symptom of fibromyalgia?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you install the ability to be like satisfied, or just to be have enough, to be enough? Doesn't mean you can't stay curious and can't keep growing. Yeah, in the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a good suggestion, actually. I hadn't even thought about looking at the coin and perceiving it that way. Yeah.
Now, where are you in the accelerator?
I think we're in constructing new behaviors.
Okay, so she's installing this thing that she needs to have the new behavior, yes?
Yes, you should test that you've actually installed that new behavior you were just talking about.
Yeah, I've installed a new behavior of being satisfied and being enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to be complacent and like, but just to know that you're at each increment, you're perfect. You're right where you're supposed to be. Okay, cool. Nice.
Any other new behaviors you are moving towards you can achieve?
I think that was a really big one that we just removed would be. I think that's a massive.
I like this
and
girl.
I think I've been trying to do that with various healing forms for a long time. I remember writing it down that I am aware of this constant need. I was aware of this constant, like almost like hitting yourself all the time. And I always said, you know, I would try to do affirmations, but they just weren't. They weren't really real for me. They were just words.
They didn't stick.
But now I feel like maybe that is the big thing, and I can keep checking when it's there and keep working on that.
So what's the difference now in what you're doing right now, or you have done, or how you are now, than doing those affirmations?
You see the difference between an affirmation and this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't be bothered with affirmations in the way that I used to do them anyway, because they weren't my words.
Yeah, you weren't.
And I wasn't connected. I wasn't connected to this ability to get signals, so
right.
I was just saying. But the difference is that I guess I will be practicing what it is to be that thing that I just said, which is to be satisfied with myself.
Yeah. When you get signal, you actually
a lot of that kind of people-pleasing behaviour and a lot of guilt has been my tendencies before. Particularly, I had just look at my eyes, and one of the markings in my eyes actually said that in my DNA tendon and dislike of self-esteem. So I think that's, and I always wondered if that was a major component of fibromyalgia, because it always felt to me like my body was attacking itself in the same way that my thoughts were attacking me. So I think that's a big one, really, for me to be able to just say I'm satisfied. being.
Remove it. Yeah.
What's the next step for you?
Being sure, removing viruses, I guess. Individually, is that more effective to go individually? Like herpes or Epstein or whatever? Or is it better for me to just say all viruses?
Well, you test at the time.
I got a signal. Yeah, I got a signal. I remember now.
Always
I
test.
got a signal test all viruses. Yeah. And I guess
Well, you start. Yeah, you've got the lessons there on the hub too. You can start with all viruses, and then you can go specific. Any actions or activities you now take on? Perhaps something you've been avoiding.
Some things I haven't been able to do recently is to do like I don't have columnar board or finances to pay for colonic irrigation, so I do enemas. That's the next best I can do, really. So keeping up with that as well. I've been finding it hard to do regularly. And tuning into this thing about my diet, I haven't been able to work out really what I think I'm eating. I'm aware that to shift candida, that I'm supposed to eat a specific kind of diet, but I'm getting opinions from so many different places that in the end, I don't know what to eat. So I guess tune into that as much as I can.
Could you use IMMUNICS to test on your food and the direction of your supplements and foods?
Yeah, and I have it.
Yeah.
The part where I got a bit frustrated was I even did testing on some things that were really rubbish for me, like sugar, and I got a yes. So at some point I said, I don't know what to do.
Right. Well, let me ask, ask
your food, like, no, have meat. No, don't eat meat. Be vegan. And I'm.
Wow.
So I guess that's a big thing for me to tune into. I know it's important. Barb said it's an important part of shifting it.
I think part of the reason you get yes on all those things is that actually you could probably eat almost anything if you're doing all these other removals. But testing would be good for you to remove your virus before you select your food and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself. Just do whatever you want. Like you have a higher, it's not, the highest thing is not your food. I guess I have to say that because it can be such a trap. Whatever you eat turns to goodness. Okay. All right, go ahead, Greg. Sorry.
All right.
No, I was just going to say, it was just, I knew that it was also recommended, from the hub to pay attention to the diet, so
but,
I looked at it, but I still didn't know what changes.
What other thing is recommended on the hub is... Another thing that's recommended on the hub is to look at what your mission is. Another thing to look at on the hub that's recommended is to look what's your mission in life. And once you're getting into that, your food and everything will fall into place. So keep clearing. Go ahead, Greg. Sorry to interrupt.
I think I know what that is.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's just there's a higher purpose, and once you find that, you're just gonna naturally attract what the right things to eat, and you're gonna feel good whatever you eat, and that kind of stuff will be easier for you.
I think I know what that is. Yeah. It's living in foods.
Yeah.
The thing that got me out of bed.
No, it's totally crazy making. It's a real trap, so you want to stay out of that trap.
Do you go to the hub and test on the hub what's something to work on? The mission would be one lesson.
Actually, that's one I haven't done.
Yeah, you have to Yeah, be willing to go. Don't do those in order because you might test on some of the higher lessons, more advanced, the skills.
So is that something you'll do now?
Mm-hmm. That could be another new behavior for you.
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah, another new behavior. Yeah. Okay.
That's what we were doing when you were.
So that's
you were
a
on
new
mute.
behavior. Yeah. To the viruses, the enemas, and the testing what to do next.
Well, there's the hierarchy of skills. Go there on the hub and test. Start with the first lesson. It's on viruses. And then we were talking about other things, the mission.
I'm thinking you might want to test backwards. Let's test, go to skill 12 if you have to. Don't get too stuck in the viruses. You've been working on viruses,
Yeah,
it sounds like
true.
your whole life, with other microbes. So be willing to mix it up.
And you have a bigger picture, puts it all in place.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Greg.
So,
every virus to everybody, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's, yeah. You might
So
want
we're really talking about.
I've done it.
Mhm.
We're talking about your responsibility. How are you more responsible? This is what our questions, I think, are really aimed at.
How am I more responsible? I am more responsible by putting virus removal as a priority before the food. And I'm more responsible for looking into this lesson that Bob mentioned about my mission, because that sounds like it will help other things come together.
Does this being free of what you just removed, does it allow you to be more responsible? I mean, I'm not talking about a shoulds that you should do now, but like, how are you more responsive and responsible?
I'd say it is. I'd say I'm more able to be responsible.
Yeah.
Because I'm very impatient before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every stage of my curing, I become more patient. At one point, I looked at the hub and I'd be like, "Oh, it's too much."
Yeah.
And then I would go back and I would open 15 different pages and I would say, yeah, I'll go through all of them. And I couldn't. So I would leave that page open for a week and I never get there. And if the behavior was that I was almost compiling a list of things that I wanted to get around to doing and I never did. Whereas if I'm more present, I would actually just click on one and do it.
Right. Have fun with it. It's yours.
And I feel like I'm more able to be responsible in actually just opening something up now and following the thread.
Yeah. Take what's yours and leave the rest.
And it was quite useful for me. The way you were talking about the judgments and habits and shoulds, down the immune dysfunctions list myself. I think there was a point where I understood it, but I didn't understand it, and now I understand it more. So I'm able to be more responsive with that as well.
Are you more able to give responsibility where it belongs?
Yeah?
You're talking about yourself being responsible. You're more
so.
able to see the difference between you and other people. And their responsibility to them, so it's not you, it's them.
Yeah. And interestingly, Greg, that actually began after our session the other day. The last time we spoke, that already started. I noticed that I was being very good at being hypnotic. A situation between two friends, they didn't agree with each other, and I cleared up every little point and actually just said, no, you have to be clear like this or like that, and I found that I was really pushing it back off of me and stating to somebody what was and what she was feeling, which were two different things. So that I noticed that. Now
a little homework. Go on the lists. and you write this down, and go to Create Confront. Something called Create Confront. Create Confront. You'll read those.
Oh, that's interesting you say that.
And test on those that you're doing those, and have that actually print that out and have it around, so that you have all these factors that you have them in, as we say, that they're all active in you when you're speaking with people. Yeah?
Emma, I wanted to ask you, you've come up with some things that you want to explore. Do you think you could do some exploring of them between now and the time we meet in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay, do that, because I'd really like you to have some of it under your belt when I meet with you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, even a little is better than nothing. Well, I want to thank all of you. I think that you've really done a lot of work.
I was going to talk about interference and.
Well, it's time for us to stop, but you can.
I have to, but I will.
Okay.
I want to. Okay, I want to do something like as a completion.
Okay.
I'd like Greg and Barb to test, have I cured something about yourselves?
I'm
doing this.
Something.
Yes.
So you both cured something by helping Emma. Yeah.
I got a yes on that.
Yeah. And of course Emma's cured some things. And does anybody have any ideas about what you've cured during this meeting that you could share with us?
Well, I don't have to be perfect, and I don't have to be super on. I can be the way I am, and I can assist Emma in curing.
Greg, I wanted to say, I really liked the way you were in this session, especially there were certain points where you just sounded so relaxed, calm, competent. You knew exactly what you were doing. You were taking your time. It was a pleasure to listen to you.
Thank you.
Truly, and you were very professional. So.
You're always very professional.
And now to anybody else want to share anything you've cured?
I noticed that I key out a lot of things when I work with other people, so thank you, Emma, for sharing yourself with us and cured something. I realize how I have to stretch out more, reach out more, ask for more. Cured something, I cured something when Greg was working on himself too.
Well, Barb, you're having many experiences of real power and success when you're working with people, I've noticed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Greg too. Yeah.
I see myself in everybody. Yeah.
Generates more. Get more capable. It makes me more. I'm more powerful and bigger, as we were saying before.
Right.
During the day when I'm out and about, much more relaxed and competent.
Emma, you're welcome to chime in with something you've cured, if you see anything, too. But anybody, is there anything else you want to share, about what you've cured during this? Because things go flying out of you without you even noticing them sometimes.
I feel like saying something about this. Not to put it in a group, but I've experienced myself and other women, especially that have, situations similar to yours, and Emma, and it can be so overwhelming. Like, where do you look? Like the body, you can constantly fast and cleanse, and it's just crazy making. And I've done it all myself too, and it just seems like there's so many people that are probably suffering the way you are that we could help, and that there's some sort of answer that lies in reaching outside of ourselves. I noticed that every time you accessed information about your abilities and your, the extent of who you are, your connection to God, that kind of thing. Suddenly, like a whole layer of, I can almost see your field from here change, and you seemed weller. So I just felt like saying that. And then I also was thinking when we were working with Greg about his relationship to money or acquiring money, how I have a similar thing. Like I wonder, why don't I just have my own benefit, something like that? Like what is the shyness or the reticence of just funding myself? Like, why do I think it has to be just this under the something that's just happening without anybody knowing? Anyway, that will all unravel. But yeah, I feel good. What?
And I realized when you were talking about Greg, well, Greg was going over lies and things like to do with money, and I listened, and in that moment I asked myself a few questions, and I highlighted something I already knew, which was I'm uncomfortable asking for money or putting a price on myself and my work, my time, but I didn't know how to clear it. And it was interesting that I can use the lies section to see what my beliefs are and to remove my tendencies towards those beliefs. That I'm lying to myself, because that's the only thing that stops me and stands in between me and actually asking someone for something I want. So it was interesting.
Right. I'm not sure this is a part of the accelerator or not, but maybe it might be in the mission skill. But like to continue to look at what are your goals? Like look forward, not back. Like clearing the future. But like who do you want to be? Who are you? How do you want to?
There's something I'm going to interrupt you, because there's something I think that we all need to realize here, which is that you can always do more, and you can always say more, and or you can just take what you've already got to focus on. All of you have things to focus on, and you can just work on those, and the more will happen while you're working on those things. So we don't have to keep going on to the next thing and the next thing. We did something. We need to see, this is so hard for us. We need to say, okay, we've accomplished something, and we need to talk about what it is. That's why I started asking you, what have you cured? I've been asking this question all through this movie. What have you cured? What happened? Have you cured something? Because that's what we need. And she said it, Emmy, you said it, that you're more patient now. Like you were just crazy trying to do everything when you started. First you said, I can't do it, it's too much. And then you took 15 things and you were trying to do them all at once. And finally you just said, oh, good, I can do this one thing, and you change when you do that. That's very, very important, to be able to just focus on one thing.
It's really all you can do, focus on one thing. Okay. And this multitasking is focusing on one thing and then another one thing and another thing in a shorter period. But in your case, it really helps to focus on one thing exclusively, and from that comes everything else.
So,
and it's one of the things I realised, that when someone's in a very early stage of post-traumatic stress, which is where I was just before the fibromyalgia kicks in, is that you can't focus on one thing at a time, and you're hyper aroused. So even to work on yourself with any healing or curing modality, you just don't have the attention span to actually do it. You might say to everybody, I'm doing it, but you're not actually doing it because you can't work through it. So the main thing is, the more you cure anything, you gain more patience to actually take the stride and make it stronger and wider and better.
It's really like you know you've cured things when you're happy with where you are and what you've got right now. Like in the essence of being cured is to be happy with what you have and enjoying that. So, Barb, are you around still?
I'm here now. Now that I got so patient, I realized I might be getting a parking ticket. So
All right, we're going to link we're going to link our higher bodies, and we're going to be meeting again soon.
Okay, I'd like to do more with you all here.
So thank you all. Everybody, say goodbye. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Welcome.
Have a lovely day. Bye.
Okay, guys. See you later.